Welcome back to my kitchen. Happy New Year. How's everybody doing? You tuned in last time. I was at Coach Brenna's kitchen. And now I'm home where the sound of my people play. Okay, welcome back to my kitchen. I'm gonna go ahead and get this pan heated and catch up with y'all real quick. Again, welcome back to my kitchen and welcome to Feast Like a Hero, our lunchtime learning today. This is usually why I log on a little early, because when my dogs start hearing me talk in the house, they're like, oh my God, she's home. So I give them some time to settle down and then we can cook. So, Happy New Year, hope everything's going good. Myself particularly, I'm having a rough day, but that's okay. I wanted to definitely bring up the idea of creating new habits this year, new year, new habits. I know a lot of people like to set new goals, but I like to utilize the word habits instead, because goals kind of feels like something, well, once you reach it, you've hit the goal and that's kind of it, as opposed to being something that becomes like a routine and something I can add to my daily just wellness and feeling better and being better life. So with that being said, my dryer broke. I don't have a couch because I had sold it because I was planning on buying a couch, but I wasn't able to move it. And my bank account got hacked today. So again, not off to a great start, but I'm not gonna let it get to me. So despite it not being the perfect start to 2025, I'm still going to try to approach it better. I'm not gonna freak out, not gonna have panic attacks over it. Thank you to the friends that do listen to me when I do decide to freak out and choose that option instead. But I've decided to approach it with a little more peace and understanding that I can get it taken care of. I can go to the bank and figure out the fraudulent situation. I have amazing friends that, and even family members that are offering me furniture and helping me move furniture tomorrow. So eventually this will all be fixed too. So again, creating the habit of being less reactive and finding solutions is a habit I'm trying to create this year. So it becomes more of a consistent thing as opposed to the world is ending, blah, 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 blah. On that topic, a lot of people set goals that are pertaining to diet, nutrition, and I want to talk about the difference between turning that goal into a habit. For example, I get on here a lot and talk about how I am plant-based, vegan, vegetarian. I toss around a lot of different labels because truthfully, I can eat whatever I want. I choose to eat certain ways just based on, my opinions of certain ways that certain foods are processed, etc., etc. There's a lot of ways to find it understandable and to be respectful of people who have plant-based diets or are strictly vegan or raw diets. Even the keto diet being the key part of these scenarios is a very restricting way to approach nutrition and food. I can understand how it works. Again, I can be respectful of that as well. But when I set goals to have a better relationship with food, for me that looked like being less of a, I can't eat that, I can't enjoy that, I can't do that, and more of a, because it's a habit for me to eat vegan and eat vegetarian, I already know that I can tolerate grandma's mac and cheese, let's say, for the weekend. I know how it affects my body. I decide whether or not I care for that time. As of now, cheese hasn't really been affecting me. I have been, I'll give a little background, I've been vegan for about 7 years. And over the last 2 years have slowly, for the record, we're doing seafood. That kitten's gonna be jumping up here a lot. But been vegan for about 7 years. Over the last 2 years, I have started adding cheeses back into my diet. I'm still like almond milk and plant-based like protein shakes and things of that nature. I'm not really a big fan of like milk from animals, but again, that's just my preference and taste. But again, have been eating cheeses, doesn't affect me, and I choose to eat cheese. Some of the biggest questions I get as a vegan: how do you get your protein? How do you not eat bacon? And how do you not eat cheese? Simple answer: I don't crave bacon anymore, so meat has never been an issue for me. I'm not really craving meat, but I do sometimes eat fish. Like I mentioned today, we are actually doing the seared tuna salad because I do eat fish. I like sushi and I love seared tuna. I've got, especially down here in the South, a lot of friends that like to hunt and fish, and they will bring me things that are a little more ethical than things that are being farmed by fish. So like I said, I've created a better relationship with food so that I don't have to miss out on the things that I do crave. Do I crave cheese? Yeah, and so I'm gonna eat cheese. I mean, I understand that that process is also sometimes not great for animals, but a lot of my purpose now, looking into my nutrition, is also my own health. And with that all being said, I just try to find ethically sourced ways to partake in different types of foods, like different things I want to try. My whole goal of this conversation is to explain to you that yes, a diet and a nutrition plan and a calorie deficit and things of that nature are important and proven, here she comes again, proven to be helpful when it comes to, you know, losing weight or building muscle mass, again, depending on your diet, etc., etc. But you also, once you create this habit and you create that better relationship with food, one, you're less likely to choose the worst option. So again, I don't crave McDonald's or anything like that, or bacon or anything like that, because I haven't had it and I found things that I like that are better. Every now and then I do crave cheese. So if I decide to go to my favorite fondue cheese place once every couple of months, I'm kind of gonna eat a bowl of melted cheese. So again, building the habit and creating a better relationship with food versus setting a goal of not eating, you know, whatever, sugar, or completely cutting something out of your diet to try to get like a faster result. Or again, you're not creating that healthy relationship with food because you're depriving yourself of eating the food that you're craving and that your body needs. So you're not fasting or starving, etc., etc. I hope that all made sense. I really just wanted to give you a better idea as to why personally I keep using the word habits, especially with clients, versus using the word goals, because I really want you to go into this new year creating a new lifestyle, not just a diet that'll get you to your goal, or something to get you to your weight goal, or something to get you to some weight goals are higher, some weight goals are lower. But like I said, to create that habit of having that better relationship with food so you can make healthier decisions without it feeling like you need to beat yourself up because you ate a piece of cake on Christmas, or last Saturday you had a hard day at work and you decided to have an espresso martini. Just a thought. But again, with that all being said, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm actually pulling a recipe from our recipe pack that is not the plant-based one. I did look at our plant-based one. There was a ton of really awesome recipes on there, but today I was blessed with some ahi tuna steak, and so I thought that tuna salad looked really great. And it was so easy to pick everything up and get everything set up, and it was relatively cheap. So really worked within my budget and my frustrations, and is gonna fill me up after I worked out some of my frustration this morning at the gym. So to get started, I just cut up some of my salad greens. I also grabbed a cucumber and a carrot, peeled them, and then I also peeled like strips of them so that they're on top. And this is the bed that the tuna is gonna sit on. And then a little tahini dressing. Okay, I'm very excited. So I've been heating up some olive oil while I went on my little vegan rant. I think this might be a little, oh no, I think we might be ready. Okay, so like I said, set up my salad. This is our base. This is my tuna. I, again, being vegan as long as I have, not particularly enjoying fishing myself, but having family friends that do. No idea. This is ahi tuna steaks. It was cut for me. I did not do nothing, but it looks delicious. And the recipe just called to coat them in sesame seeds. So I just bought a whole jar of them. Pretty cheap, about $2. Again, my fish was $3.99. Thank you, besties. Cucumber salad stuff, about $3. So not a bad meal. And I'm sure you can probably get these at the store for less than $10. This is probably, ooh, I'm not even gonna pretend to know how much this is. I would say it's less than a pound. But now that my oil's hot, we're gonna go ahead and toss one in. Oh yeah, she's seared. We're gonna put the other one in too. It sounds like she's good. And the recipe says to let this cook on each side for 5 minutes. I'm excited. I've never made seared tuna myself. But it'll be fine. We'll learn together. we see it? Oh yeah. I'm sure Kitten's not far behind, so let's see. Waiting for me to drop a piece. Let me see if I got some tongs. I've got these little spatula tongs that might help. Looking at it now too, maybe I should not have coated the sesame seeds on the side. I'm supposed to, it's like supposed to be pink in the center. But as you know, with these cooking the Coach Kelsey videos, we cook by trial and error, baby, so it'll still be fine. I'll turn this down a little bit. She's starting to get hot. Let me get my spoon out too. For those of you who don't know, it's used to make like hummus and things. I've used it to, like I've seared carrots with feta and this as well, but it's a sesame seed, like roasted sesame seed butter. So like, think peanut butter with sesame seed. It's honestly not bad. I've had it on sandwiches and stuff before too. It definitely gives a different taste to your food. But for this recipe, it calls for and some olive oil just for the dressing on top of the salad and the seared tuna. You can kind of see how it's like coming up. I'm just going to give it some time. I don't have a timer. I'm assuming, again, trial and error, 5 minutes, but we'll leave some pink before I flip it down. Ooh, kitchen. Also, how y'all doing? Anybody in the chat? Hey friends. While we're searing this tuna, I don't know if you saw or if any of you follow me on the internet machine, but for Christmas, my amazing tattoo artist, who I'll tag somewhere also as well, reminder tattoo. Tell me you know who she is. You know who she is. But I just posted about it because it's like all healed now. Lily. Tattoo video. Okay. You can kind of see how it's climbing up the pink. I'm just going to give it a little more time and then I'll flip it. It said that it's got to be brown on the bottom too, so let's try one and see. Oh, so I'm getting my pan brown. Oh, it's not fully seared, but I don't know. Looks good to me, I'd say. Try the other one. Oh. Yeah, they look like they cooked. That's alright, we'll give them some time on this side. And then I'm gonna save one. Kitchen's on the countertop again. I'm gonna save one and then I'm gonna cut one up and put it on top of here with the salad dressing. Again, it's not a dressing, it's just drizzling tahini and some olive oil over the top of everything. I know y'all, does that look good or what? You tell me, because I don't know. Again, vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian over here. But it looks good. I think I might let it cook a little too far down on the one side, so I'm actually going to cook it a little less on this side. Tuna ASMR. Alright, so I'm turning it off. I'm going to pull them both off of here so that they don't continue to cook. Okay. So not bad for my first time trying to prepare fish and Lord knows how long, you know what I'm saying? Let's stay over here so you guys can kind of see my angle a little better. And then here are my tuna steaks or whatever. Not too bad. Like I said, I don't cook meat often. And I've always been told when you cook meat not to leave it pink. I know, like, you can eat raw fish because tuna or whatever, but whatever. Don't listen to me. Rant and rave. So I'm just gonna cube one of these steaks so they're like a little more bite sized. See that? So definitely pretty pink. But I've had the like ahi tuna in restaurants before. I know it doesn't have to be cooked all the way through. First of all, that just looks colorful and gorgeous. So another reason I decided to pick this recipe is because as soon as I opened the non-plant-based pack, this was on the front page and I was like, oh, beautiful. Kitten's in the sink because it smells like fish. Come on. I gotta bleach this thing. But still worth it. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of olive oil over top. And then this, I'm just going to, up to the fork I'm gonna end up eating it with to mix this up, because again, think peanut butter but roasted sesame seeds, so it's kind of like a thicker texture. And I'm just gonna squiggle that around a little. I don't know necessarily how much of this I would put on here, but we can start with that. Like I said, I'm gonna taste it with this. All right, this is the seared tuna salad. Like I said, I just did my greens. I shaved is the word, a carrot and a cucumber, and then I seared my tuna. Took about 10 minutes, I'd say, to sear this. Oh yeah. The tahini, well, the carrots too. Oh yeah. Ginger dressing. I use the Skinny brand just because condiments, if you didn't know, is like a really popular place for big consumer, how do I say this? Condiments, where they put shit ton of sugar. You don't really think about it because you're like, oh, ketchup, I'm only gonna use a little bit of ketchup. And then you douse your chicken nuggets or whatever it is. For me, French fries and ketchup, and you look at all the sugar content and just 2 tablespoons. And you're like, bad idea. So this is the one time I'll look into things and be like, where can I sneak sugar out? Again, my healthy relationship with food, I can eat cookies, whatever, but when it comes to like the things I'm eating every day and the habits I'm trying to create, less sugar. But I think this would be really good on the salad as well. I was thinking about making a ginger dressing, and I was like, no, let me try it with the tahini first, which was super good, but I'm gonna try with a little bit of this too. Let me not get so close so y'all don't have to listen to me chew, but you can still see my reaction. I'll ground ginger with like pineapple or citrus or an orange or something. And then I had like a soy sauce and like an oyster sauce to make like a dressing sometimes, but nice sesame seed oil dressing, bomb. I'm gonna go devour that. I refuse to do it on camera, but I already feel better about my freak out this morning and all the chaos going on in my life, because I took a minute to go grab some things for myself, come home, and cook a nice meal. Again, thank you to my support system and my friends and my family for helping me with all these frustrating things that have been happening, and also providing us with the tuna. Well, that is all I have today. Like I said, I got this directly from our recipe pack, so if you would like to try it, first of all, please post it below. Let me see how yours came out, or if you did anything differently like I did, or if you made it like crispier. I think mine tastes great. I'm enjoying it thoroughly, but if you have any tips, tricks, and you want to try it, comment them below. But to access this, you'll go into the BMC Nexus app, you'll go to Files, and then there's 2 recipe packs, and every month there's 2 brand new recipe packs, and they're labeled by month, and you have access to them all the time. So anytime you need a recipe like I did this morning, like I said, chaotic morning, trying to figure out all the things instead of panicking, and I was still able to use this app. Like I said, go to Files. I downloaded both January recipes, the regular and the plant-based, and then I just skimmed through them while I was on the treadmill and picked a recipe that I knew wouldn't take up too much of my time, wouldn't frustrate me too much, and would still be very filling. I'm very excited to eat that. And like I said, if you guys try it, comment it below and check out our recipe packs. I also have some people trying out the Phoenix Embers, our 4-week to fat loss initiation, which is really cool. It comes with a lot of fun guides and also other recipes and recipe packs. I like seriously debated picking one from there too, but like I said, I had a day and it's not even 12. But thank you for joining me today. Bye. Cheers.